It has been an exciting basketball week for basketball fans in Nigeria as the final eight of the 2025 NBBF Women's Basketball League is currently going on in Lagos, Nigeria. The tournament is proudly sponsored by Zenith Bank, who has been championing women's basketball in the last 19 years. Today, we'll be reviewing some of the games that have been played so far and possible outcomes of subsequent games. My name is Ojay, your host for The Bounce, number one podcast for everything basketball in Nigeria and across Africa. Stay with me. Four teams from each of the two conferences qualified for the final eight, and from the Savannah Conference, Titans came up top, Air Warriors came second, Royal Aces third, and Nigeria Customs as the fourth team that qualified for the final eight. And in the Atlantic Conference, it was First Bank, Dolphins, MFM, and Bayelsa Blue Waves. Now, the teams were seeded Group A and Group B in the championship that is taking place in Lagos. First and third from the Savannah Conference were grouped in Group A alongside the second and fourth team from the Atlantic Conference. And then in Group B, it was the first and second from the Atlantic Conference and the second and fourth from the Savannah Conference. Now, in the first day of the tournament, the games started with an exciting matchup between Royal Aces and Air Warriors. I mean, both teams are equally matched and it was an intense game. Royal Aces came up as winners of the game with 2 points ahead of Air Warriors. I mean, that was a great opening game and it was like the most exciting game of the first day. In the second game, First Bank took on Bayelsa Blue Wheels, which was obviously a one-sided game, and First Bank obviously won the game. And in the third game, Titans defeated Nigeria Customs, which was not so surprising because Titans had already defeated Nigeria Customs in the Savannah Conference games with a large margin. The fourth game for the first day was also another very, very intense game, and the result was also surprising because MFM lost to Dolphins. I mean, not to take anything away from the Dolphins team, but looking at the results from the initial stage of the tournament, no one would have expected Dolphins to come up strong and beat the defending champions MFM with 10 points margin. Day two of the tournament was also very interesting, and it was the day to decide which teams will contend or which teams were ready to compete for the title. And in the first game, Air Warriors faced Bayelsa Blue Wheels, and unfortunately for Air Warriors, they lost another game. Nigerian Customs played against MFM, and MFM showed them the reason why they are champions. I mean, the last time those two teams met was in the finals last year, but the difference is clear. There were no match for the MFM girls. Dolphins also showed Titans that they might not be the first in the Atlantic Conference, but they're definitely beating the first team in the Savannah Conference. So Titans lost to Dolphins, and the last game of the day, Royal Aces also lost to First Bank. Now, from the results so far, First Bank have won 2 straight games. Dolphins also won 2 straight games. It means those two teams have already qualified for the semi-finals of the tournament. As at the time of making this video, 3 teams have confirmed their spot in the semi-finals. The first team is First Bank, who have won 2 straight games. The second team is Dolphins, who have also won 2 straight games. And the third team is Royal Aces. They just defeated Bayelsa Blue Waves in a keenly contested game, and happy to see them in the semi-finals. This is their second year, and then they are showing up in the semi-finals for the second year in a row. So there's much respect from Royal Aces. The fourth spot in the semi-finals is going to be decided by the game between MFM and Titans. Now, it is obvious that MFM has the upper hand in that game, but I won't be surprised if Titans put off a good fight and are able to make an upset. I don't know what the outcome of the game will be, but what do you think it should be? I'd like to hear your opinions in the comment section, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow the Bounce with Ojay on all social media platforms. See you on the next one. Thanks.